Okay, so I have artwork stacked up in just about every corner of the studio right now. I'm getting ready for my show, Two Artists, Two Mediums. I've got pieces that have clay worked into them. I have actual paintings that are going into the show. I have a cabinet full of 25 pieces of ceramic bowls and vessels and pots that are ready for the show. So let me show you in this video how I finished off some of the small pieces of clay that I have going on. And I'm going to put in the description below any of the supplies that I used to make this happen. And because I like to keep you informed of the supplies that I'm using to make life a little easier. So take a look at what I've got for you this week. Okay, so here is one of, I believe I'm going to have 6 of 8x8 size in this show. And these are pieces that I specifically created for the show. I just framed these two. And I'm framing them in shadow box frames. They have a little bit of an inset to them. And they have, I think I've showed this on a video before. They have a little spacer that goes in. And that way when you put your artwork in, it is more of a shadow box than right flush with the frame. So I'm going to put this in. First, I'm going to make sure I have this going the way I want it. This is the top side. This is going to be the bottom. And I want this piece to come right along here. Maybe I want it to go like this and have the writing be going horizontal. And this was kind of a fun piece of clay. This is one that I put a piece of glass in and let the glass melt into the clay in the kiln. I was really happy with how that turned out. And a lot of these are pieces that I was doing that to just experiment and see what I could come up with. So now that I'm getting ready for the show, I have a lot of these pieces that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to frame them. So what I did with this is, this was one of my jelly plates, one of my jelly plate prints, and I'm just going to put on a little bit of the, kind of a smear of the construction adhesive. Lay that on, smooth it out. And this guy's gonna go right here. I wanted this black, this little bit of dapple black. Actually, this is chunks of a black clay that was already fired that I broke into wet clay and then pressed it down. So it has kind of a cool texture to it. But I want that little bit of black to kind of just trickle down into the black marks I have here in paint on the jelly plate. So let me flip this little guy over. This gun is really hard to press, but that's okay, because that's better than when it's oozing out. And it gives you a little time. Actually, I do like to put this in the frame before I glue the clay piece down. So I'm going to take that off, lay it here. Get my frame lined up, locked in. Okay, that's nice and secure. There's the top. I want to lay this back down. Line this right up. And there you go. I like how it kind of camouflages right in there. Now, I'll come back periodically for the next, half hour or so, just to make sure everything is not sliding, that they're still lined up, because once it dries up, that's going to be it. It's going to be in place and I won't be able to change it. I really, really liked this jelly plate print. Kind of hated to cut it down, but it worked so well with this piece, I decided to go ahead and do it. Again, keeping track of my top of my board. And I believe kind of play with it and see which way feels best. I like a lot of that, the metallic cobalt showing. I also like a little bit of this copper showing. I think this is the best. I think that's the best way that I want it. Okay, so I'm going to flip that over, smear it with the construction adhesive. Just enough to make sure it stays stuck to this backboard. Lock and load. Okay. I want that to go a little off center. Oh, whoops. Maybe I did put that in the wrong way. Oh, actually, that's good. I think this is the way I originally wanted it, because it let a little of the copper show. Just keep turning and turning until you find the spot that works. I'm going right back to this because I think that worked the best. Has a little bit of brown that picks up the little bit of brown I have there. So, and again, these are all pieces that I made separately to be able to collage those together. I want to line up this edge to make, because not all my edges are straight. I want to get this edge lined up with the frame so it doesn't look like it's out of kilter, but I think that's a really nice little matchup. And my last one, this is one of my favorites. I've already got this in the frame, but I don't have it glued down, the paper glued down. So let me get that to happen. Because I don't, the weight of the clay, I want to make sure it doesn't pull the paper away from the board. Smear it. Make sure I got my top there. I kind of like doing little busy work like this. It's a good way to spend an afternoon. Really like this piece. These were little pieces of clay that I pressed letters into, and then before I stuck it in the kiln. And sometimes the pieces aren't, they're a little bit curved. They don't lay exactly flat. So I want to make sure that when I get it in there, I kind of swish it around, rock it back and forth, keeping this edge lined up with that. I like that. I like that combination. So that's just using my Gorilla construction, heavy-duty construction adhesive. I like it a lot. And some of the other pieces that I've used it is, here's one that was made completely out of ceramics. And it's a copy of a painting that I've done. I think I've shared that with you before. This is the ceramic and this is the painting. So this is all ceramic. This is just all mixed media. These are the pieces that kind of got me started on this kick of mixing, you know, my art ceramics with my artwork. Then I have the pieces that I've just used chunks of clay and added them into my jelly plates. This is one of my favorites because it's so simple. But I liked that piece of clay, and it worked so great on this background. So I've got that. A couple more that I'm working on. Now these I have to create some backgrounds for. Let's see, get some shine going on. This one is partly matte and partly has shine on it. So these were fun little pieces. These were made out of all scraps. And I don't have them backed yet. I think with these, I'm just going to paint a really simple creamy background and let that be what surrounds these pieces. Anyway, I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. I've got about 25 pieces of the framed clay and 25 ceramic pieces that are vessels, that are pots and bowls and that type of thing. And then I have my artwork that all is going into this show. So it's a lot to get ready for. I still have to photograph everything and get it listed on my website. And that is the not as much fun part of doing an art exhibition. The fun part was making all this. That was really fun. That's why I have so much, because I had so much fun making it. But now it's down to the brass tacks of getting it all pulled together. And it's April 3rd, I believe, today. And the show is May 6th through May 18th. So I better get a move on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. and always taking part and seeing what I'm up to in the studio. Yeah, it's a good life. It's a good studio life. So thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye. Needless to say, I'll be pretty busy in the next couple of weeks getting all of this titled, priced, listed onto my website. And I do that so that my subscribers to my newsletter can have early access, early peeks, early chances to pick out the pieces they want first before the show, they go into the show. So if you'd like to be in on that group, go down in the description, find the link for my newsletter, and I post my newsletter usually once a week talking about what's going on in the studio and what I'm up to, and any special promotions I have my subscribers know about first. Doesn't cost anything, just sign up, and I will see you in the next video.